All right, we'll get started now. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and dear jury members. Thank you for joining us on Saturday evening. This is Maharajan, and it's a pleasure to be a host for next couple of hours. The Institute of Product Leadership proudly welcomes you all for Skillathon in Predictive AI in Product Management by the cohort of AI Product Management Certification Program. Our participants will present their innovative solutions, and our esteemed juries will evaluate them on key parameters. As Skillathon Go, it promises to be an evening filled with excitement, challenges, and skill demonstrations. This is an event where top shortlisted participants from the cohort, you know, present their innovative solutions and hands-on projects portfolios towards the assurance of skills to demonstrate problem statement, predictive AI, product vision, synthetic data generation AI validations, prototype, demonstration, deployment, and adoption strategy. Before we get started, I'd like to thank audience and jury for joining us on Saturday evening. Today's session is going to be exciting and definitely some great learning takeaway. The cohort will walk the talk of IPL mantra, learning by doing. The audience will not just witness it live, but will also get to vote. I'll get to that in a bit. So let me begin this session by giving you a quick insight on what is Skillathon and why IPL emphasize on Skillathon. Skillathon is an event where top performing learners from the cohort demonstrate their understanding of skills and applications of the same in context of real world product ideas as part of their learning journey to industry experts and other learners. At IPL, we replaced examinations with Skillathon and studying with learning by doing. The institute strongly believes that the real test of skills is demonstrating your idea to live audience and industry experts. All right. So now we have three prolific juries for the day. First up, we have Malay Krishna, Mr. Malay Krishna. He's a director of products from Vyapar. Hello, sir. Welcome. Sir, you're there on the call?
I see him. I think he's on mute.
Okay, no problem. Um, Second, we have Gaurav Soni, sir, who is an associate director of product management from Kupshab.ai. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I hope my my camera is on.
Yes, yes, it's on. Yes. And sir, we would like to hear a quick and short introduction about you.
Yeah, sure. So, good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I'm from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I have around 9 years of experience in building, shipping, and scaling different products across B2B and B2C across industries like fintech, martech, and conversational AI. I currently I'm working as associate director at Gupshup.ai, where I've built the martech suite, data products, and AI-led super agent from scratch, and currently driving millions of dollars of revenue across regions like Latin MENA and India. Happy to be here, and I wish all the participants all the best. Uh, yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you. And last up, we have Velanki Sri Harsha, sir, who's AI product manager at Ignite Tech. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hey, hi everyone. Wish everyone all the very best and glad to be here and thanks for inviting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And just wanted to check with Malay Krishna, sir. So you're there on the call.
Yeah.
Everything is
Sorry,
okay?
I was unable. I could hear you, but I was unable to unmute myself. I hope I am audible and visible now.
Yes.
Yes, yes, now, yes.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Thank you for having me here, IPL. It's always great to be part of this and look at the up and coming stuff that people are doing and hopefully be able to add value. So yeah, really excited and hopefully we get to see a lot of interesting problem statements and solutions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes. So without further delay, let's jump into the quick guidelines for the day. So this is the guidelines that we have four teams presenting today. Actually, we've been competing each other, and 10 minutes is the presentation time allotted for them. And there'll be a gentle reminder by the way, but yeah, after 10 minutes, it's going to be a hard stop. And after the presentation, we'll go for Q&A and feedback from the juries. Only juries ask questions to the participants after the presentation, and everybody get to vote. But please note, jury score has the highest weightage. Juries can give the scores to the teams and individual presentations out of five, one being the lowest and five being the highest. And if in case audience you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to drop those comments in the Zoom chat, and you can have a discussions there. Yeah. And you also get to vote. I'll get to that in a bit while we progress. Right. Okay. So let's get started. So without further delay, let's introduce the presenters for the day. So first up, we have Aritra Rai. Aritra, you're there on the call?
Yeah, Maranjan, I'm there.
Yes. So you can start your presentation. I'm giving you the access. And
Yep.
once your introduction starts, your timer starts. I have a timer with me, by the way, here. So I'll give a gentle reminder at 7th minute and hard stop at 10th minute, as I told you. Okay. So I'm giving the access now.
Yeah.
Wishing you all the best, Aritra.
Thank you.
One question before Aritra starts. Would the timer be shown on the screen?
No, no, no. I have a timer with me here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically I'll start with my introduction. So hi everyone. I am Aritra. So basically I'm a senior product manager at ServiceNow, and I look after basically the CRM part of ServiceNow, and we are very new to it because we are competing against Salesforce. So So my product today is Bidwinner. So I thought of an idea how can we ease the sales guy's job easily having AI into picture, because they do all the manual works and they do from Excels and everything and all the details, right? So I introduced Bidwinner, which is a product that will help the sales user to have the insights of the deal, who are the competitors that are they are competing with, and what is the situation of their deal. So, so based on this, we came up with the real-time deal scoring, pipeline intelligence, and what if simulation and win-loss intelligence. So basically, we are targeting four personas here. So say I won't go to each detail. Say ground level, we'll have a say how their day looks like before an AI, right? So they have say multiple, they call multiple times in a day, right? So he spends 2 hours calling about each deal, right? By the time he spends 2 hours in a call, their deal 7 closes as a loss because the buyer had already chosen a competitor in week 2, right? So this is how, and a lot of things they lose while speaking to the customers because they don't have anything telling them that you can concentrate on other deals instead of this one, right? So what happens after we introduce predictive AI into the for the sales engineers, right? So it will highlight which is the urgent deal, right? Based on the valuation. This is the high priority. So win probably 74% and budget completed yesterday. They have to do the POC for the next week, and the percentage it increases by 11%. And the discount alert, right? All those things are highlighted to the sales engineer, and at the end of the day, close to $1.2 billion worth of deal, right? So I'll skip the architecture. I'll go to deal predictor, how the deals are being predicted in front of the sales engineers, right? So basically, these are all the synthetic data that I've generated and trained. So every data that you see based on the uh, region. So deal value, stage, enter segment, and the competitors. Everything is based on this, is showing the rating that this will be able to, what is the probability of winning this customer. So, and there is an action plan also, right? This is in high priority. What the current champion score is 3 out of 10. We have to improve the actually technical people who are involved in that deal to win it, right? So then we'll go to the proof of concept. So uh, basically it is telling what are the next steps for the sales engineers to work on to basically win the deal and increase the probability of getting the deal, right? And let's go to the pipeline. Say so say suppose the sales engineers manager want to see, or the CFO of the company wants to see what is the pipeline and what, at what stage, how much value of deals are being stuck, so that they will be able to see in a graphical format, and it will help them to generate the revenue of the business. What is the revenue of Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? And it will show the historical win rate for each stage, and everything is able to see in a dashboard kind of for the high level manager, because they don't want to go into the details, right? So same thing with AI insights also, that will show the win loss parameters, why we lost against another winning deal, and all those things, the heat maps across all the stages, and what is the competitive. So we are competing with SAP, Oracle, or anybody, right? So they will see how many deals we won or lost against this for the customers, right? So this is the AI insight. And what if analysis is basically, as a sales engineer, I can manually update the data. I can see, check the champion state, the technical fit score, the number of computer, everything, discount offers. So based on that, our they can actually predict, say, discovery, all those things. They will be able to manually check that what is the win or loss capability for us, right? So whatever they do it, everything will be updated here. So that's what my presentation is all about. Thank you, guys. So
Thank you, Aritra.
yeah,
All right, we'll go for the jury's feedback and questions. So first up, we'll start with Gaurav sir. So Gaurav sir, your questions and feedback for Aritra.
So Aritra, basically, yeah,
yeah,
right on point. You picked the right problem, business problem.
yeah,
Salespeople
yeah,
really do not have the right insights to close a deal or what they
correct.
can offer to the end customer. I would
Yeah.
like to know what kind of data that you have generated synthetically here. Have you covered all the scenarios? What kind of prompts have you used to
So
generate the data? Yeah.
yeah, so it's basically done everything on plot. So created the PRD document, right, and dumped into Claude and said that gave an example of our business scenarios, like say uh, this range of deals are there at which stage, and what are the computed, like that. I have given an example based on that plot generated in the entire synthetic data.
So how have you ensured that all the positives and all the negatives are covered in that data? The data is not biased, basically. How have you ensured that in that PRD?
Okay, so data is uh, uh, mhm.
Like you must have given some all sorts of cases, right? Okay, a deal can
Yes,
be, let's say, in this stage or that stage, or
yeah.
that, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, so basically I have created the random data. Say this is
Hey, can I
it
call you
with
back in 5 minutes?
sorry.
Sorry, Malay, you were saying something. Go ahead, Aritra. I think there was some noise.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I've done is, so when in my PRD document, right? So I have given the use cases that, according to my understanding, like say if the competitor is three, right? We are losing. If the competitor is two, it is a 50-50 chance. Like that, we have given ideal one or two, I think three cases we have given, and Cloud directly generated the data based on it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Over to other juries to ask questions. I'll,
Thank you, Gaurav sir. Um, we'll hear it next. We'll hear it from Malai sir. Your questions
Right.
and feedback, sir.
Yeah. So a good presentation, Aritra. So
Yeah,
I'll first talk about my notes on the feedback. I think
yeah,
the problem statement is solid and relatable. I feel the
mm,
overall, sales engineer time wastage conundrum that you picked up is pretty good. Feature breadth was also impressive, although I did
mm,
feel like it was a laundry list of features and not a very
mm,
focused MVP. And because of
okay,
that, and the second thing was that while you mentioned predictive AI as a big part, I was not really able to point out a very clear predictive logic. So
mm,
that's there. And I think the other thing, what the other jury member also just said, was that the synthetic data that you used, I did not feel that that was well explained in the presentation. It felt like,
mm,
a little on the surface.
mm,
So yeah, that's sort of where I felt. I have one
mm,
question to go about it. So of course
mm,
you showed like a good model which flags priority, win probability, etc. But
mm,
especially for the kind of customers that we are targeting, right? The
mm,
enterprise kind of customers,
correct,
the quality of relationship, right?
mm,
I mean, it's a very intangible thing. It's a very subjective thing, right?
correct,
That often, matters much more than the objective numerical stuff that is there, right?
correct.
So, of
Yeah,
course, not now, but have you spent some thoughts in how do you wish to measure that aspect of, this process, which is, the interpersonal quality of the relationship that you form,
correct.
especially when you do enterprise?
Yeah, so you are correct. Basically, I not thought of that part
Mhm.
yet, because most these all numbers are just trying to win. But at end of the day, the relationship matters you have with the customer, right? So
Correct. It matters
maybe
more than these numbers at
yeah,
sometimes, especially in
correct,
enterprise.
correct.
Hmm.
Correct. Yeah, I know that, because if you have a good connection with the customer, maybe you are higher price than the competitor. Still, the competitor means chooses you, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, so basically, I have not thought it for the measurement in the predictive AI, right? But it can be an added factor. I can add some values into this based on the relationship and how things are going on. We can predict that as well, right? So
Sure. No worries.
it's
That may be something for you to ponder over in the future.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move to Sriharsha, sir. So your questions and
Sure.
feedback for Aritra.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Rita. Great
Yeah.
presentation. I like the visual aesthetics and the way it's presented from a UI UX standpoint. Two questions. One is more to do with the foundation of the problem statement itself. Uh,
Mhm,
the source of what Malay was alluding to a while back as well, right? Relationship is one
mhm,
aspect, but the quality of input data also matters a lot. How do you know
correct,
who are all the competitors that are involved? What are they positioning themselves as?
mhm,
Identifying those becomes very difficult, especially when you, let's say, if you take an example of an SAP versus Oracle,
mhm,
what are the opposite team members or opposite party positioning themselves as versus how are
mhm,
you positioning yourself? That being identified becomes a very difficult thing, right? And similarly,
okay,
there are challenges in terms of the signals which are to be prioritized and which should not be prioritized. Let's say in one conversation, when you give a demonstration,
mhm,
the person says, "Hey, this is a great presentation." Doesn't necessarily mean it to translate into a sale, right? So there are
correct,
what I'm still not
correct.
very clear about the signals that you are looking at and the authenticity of those signals itself.
Okay, so I'll give you an example, right? So when we speak to a customer, right, we try to understand
Is
we
it
have this. Sorry, sorry.
is it just me? I think I cannot hear.
No. He's actually facing some
Likewise.
Yeah.
network
Okay,
issue.
some network issue.
We'll wait for 20 seconds.
Hello. I-
Aritra, we are not able to hear you. I think some could be a glitch or network issue or something from your end. So in the interest of
Are you
time,
able to
let's.
hear me?
No, we are. Your voice is cracking actually. So in the interest of time, what we will do, you can drop your answer in the chat. We'll move to the next step accordingly, if that is okay.
Yep.
Now we can hear you. Can you talk now? Can we try?
Yeah. So can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted when we speak with the customers, right, to answer that basically. So we know what the particular problem we are trying to uh, solve for the customer, right? So we know how Salesforce is positioning. If Salesforce have RCA, right, and we'll know how the how Salesforce is going to portray them in front of the customers. So, and we know the licenses cost and what are the things they are going to give it to the customer. And being a ServiceNow part, we have alternative product, right? So, we can also portray them that this is the things, and while speaking we as a normal human being, that Salesforce is giving this much and all those things we can articulate, right? So based on that I was thinking in
Well,
that terms.
fair enough. I think we'll move forward. But my only point is the
Yeah.
quality or how well are you capturing the data becomes the biggest challenge rather than the analysis part itself. But
Mm,
fair enough. Sure. Thanks.
mm,
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
yes.
feedback. Yeah. So now we'll go for quick scores, right? Gaurav, your scores for Aritra out of 5.
Yeah, so problem statement was good, although the articulation and the execution was not that proper. So overall, 3 out of 5.
Thank you. Malasa, your scores for Aritra.
Right. So given the feedback, I am assuming we're not going to give decimal scores. So I'm also going with a 3 on a 5. Like I said, problem statement great, but there were gaps in the execution that we discussed. But good job overall.
Thank you. Sriharsha, your scores.
I think I'll also go ahead with the three.
No, I didn't hear you,
Great
sir.
job. 3 out of 5, the way the others are given. I
Okay.
think that's
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, juries. Okay, now we'll quickly go for the audience poll, right? Just give me a minute. Yeah. Everybody can see my screen, isn't it? So, audience, please take your smartphone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for Aritra. You have 20 seconds. All right, time's up. Let's move for audience poll now. One minute. All right, that's your audience poll, Aritra. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Wishing you all
thanks.
the best. Yeah. Okay, so now we will go and see, we will move to the next team now. Just give me a moment.
I will try sharing my screen.
Shall we start?
Can
Presentation mode. Yeah.
you see my screen?
Yeah. Just go
Okay,
to the
let me
presentation.
go to the presentation mode.
Yes, team two, you can start now. One
Good
minute.
afternoon, everyone. Before starting our presentation, I would like to introduce you to our team, Jyoti, Vidya, Pooja, myself, and Shweta. Together, we bring over 5 decades of collective expertise in IT digital transformation, agile project management, and NLT strategy to build innovative, data-driven solutions for businesses. Now, I would like to start our presentation and introduce you to our product, Assist Flow AI, which is designed to increase efficiency of customer support professionals. Now, who are we? We are a leading global SaaS provider. We provide comprehensive suite for collaboration and workflow automation. We create competitive advantage for companies by creating a highly responsive customer support system. If you have a product and a customer buying it, you have to have a customer support system. But is this system efficient? We identified some challenges that are faced by companies in the customer support area. First, the customer churn rate is very high and retention is low, as reflected in plummeting CSAT scores. The customer response time, which used to be around 24 hours, is now doubling to 48 plus hours, which is also delaying workflows and increasing operational costs. These challenges cause team burnouts, leading to high employee attrition, causing an increase in recruitment and training costs. Imagine only 60% resolutions at first contact, and we suffer from competitive disadvantage. What can we do about it? With AssistFlow AI's predictive algorithm, we create an intelligent triage that can achieve 90% accuracy in predicting support urgencies. Clear recommendations with resolution paths delivered to customer support agents who are also empowered by real time insights. Yeah. To summarize, the problems are several. There's high cost, slow resolution, inconsistent quality, but the solution is one: Assist Flow, which uses advanced ML capabilities to categorize, prioritize, and route support tickets to support human agents. And we experience 90% triage accuracy, 15% productivity gain, with 110% ROI in just 18 months through cost saving and enhanced customer loyalty. Our target persona is a support supervisor who is currently overwhelmed because of reactive approach to managing support tickets. He might just keep assigning tasks to subordinates and has no time to do evaluation or play as a leadership role. Amid thousands of support tickets, he really struggles to identify what needs immediate attention. Now imagine if we are using Assist Flow automation. He can now focus on strategic work as an empowered leader and take proactive decisions with insights delivered through Assist Flow. Now, I would like Vidya to present the prototype of our solution. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Pooja. So let me now explain what exactly we build in our MPP. Our MPP focuses on three pillars: accuracy. As a part of MPP, we performed A/B testing between OpenAI and Grok. On the same ticket dataset, synthetic dataset, we evaluated the outputs, and based on the evaluation, which is part of our MVP only, including based on the evaluation, we selected the best performing model. Second is the explainability. Output of our model is in a human readable format that ensures supervisor understand why particular ticket is prioritized in a certain way. And third is actionability. Model provides clear steps on what could be the next step for that ticket. And after selecting the best model, we have built the structured data drifting monitoring layer to make sure that the system is reliable and scalable. Can we move to the next? Yeah. So let me now take you through the how the system actually works. There are different layers. First is ticket injection. So there are incoming support tickets with metadata like channel, customer type, priority type that enter the system. Then there is a prompt construction layer. We have used base prompt as well as few short prompts with some JSON output. I mean, we are enforce the output in a standard format that is JSON format, and to standardize the classification logic that we have built and reduce the hallucination. Then there is a model inference level. Here, though you are seeing the two models, we have performed actually the A/B evaluation on both these two models. But after evaluation, we'll deploy the best performing model into the pipeline. We'll cover that in our next slides. This model generates structured prediction, including category, priority, next actions, assigned team, confidence, and reasoning. So we initially validated performance of those model using accuracy metrics, confusion matrices, semantic reasoning. And once we deploy this model on the production, we'll continuously monitor channel distribution drift, customer type drift, keyword content drift to ensure that if ticket pattern shift, particular parameter shift, we detect our system detect performance degradation early. So here we are not running two models in the production as we are showing into this architecture, but we have evaluated, selected the best one and built a monitoring system around it. Now I hand it over to the Jyoti, who will take us through the actual program. Yes, Jyoti.
Yeah, in the interest of time, I have kept the code only for AI evals to be run while we walk through the code, and I can show the output on the screen for each of them. Just few minutes back, I just ran our code, which is mainly to generate the synthetic data, where I have my baseline data set and a drift data set also built into my code. And we have taken very small sample of 25 tickets for baseline and 25 for drift. And we have our main program, and the main this is the main core which takes the pipeline for OpenAI and for Grok and generates the predictions using the baseline data and using the few short examples that are given here. And we have also in the synthetic data, we have defined these are our guardrails. I don't want to go beyond the categories mentioned in this, and we also don't want to have more security drifts. At the same time, our priority map should not go beyond these things. These are the definitions that we want to make sure it follows, and to train the model in the few short prompt, we have given examples. One considering high priority one and medium. We have just covered the basic ones, and low priority and critical priority, and one more example, which is the low one, second example. And then the synthetic data. Here, if you see, these are the labels. These are the category and priority are our labels that we want to focus more while we are doing the predictions, how it is doing the next best action. So when
In your
you
last 3 minutes.
Yeah, when we see the OpenAI predictions, you'll be seeing what is the suggested action and confidence and the latency. And that is given for both OpenAI and Grok. We have selected these two models for us. And while we are doing this, I can just see what is happening on my screen here. Yeah, we have finished. We are running the evaluation report here, and the scores for OpenAI already have come, and we are almost there with the Grok. So while we have that, I can just show you our evaluation metrics, how we are doing. And we have our drift, where we have a channel drift, customer drift, and the security, some word which is not there, we want to do. And we are trying to build our confusion matrix also based on these two models. And we have used OpenAI for doing the AI evals for us. And these are the guardrails that we have mentioned. And what else I can show in my code? Environment variables are set, and yeah, these are the ones. So let me see. 2 more minutes. I think another 10 seconds. 5 more tickets are there. Grok is a little slow because we have been using the free version, OpenAI paid version. So that's what. But I just wanted to show live when we run what is the on the screen. We can see the metrics and how it is evaluating the data that we have, the predictions basically. So all the data is posted here. So if you can see the predictions here, how it is triaging. So we have the evaluation report for Grok as well. And as you see here, we see the semantic corrections, reasoning, summary quality, actions, and how are the insights for predictions and what is the quality, and the similar thing. So this is about the AI evals, and probably
Quickly
I can
move on.
go to the,
Yeah, you can go to slide 13, Jyoti.
13?
Yeah,
Okay.
the previous one. The cost benefit analysis, please. Yeah, quickly
one.
moving on to the cost benefit summary before we get into the roadmap. We considered 15 agents, 100 customers across small, medium business. Say we have to implement this AI solution, there is implementation cost, training cost, which collectively comes to about 200K. Say from 15 agents, we are reduced because there is more of headcount that needs to be hired with all the new things coming up. We have some headcount savings, productivity gain saving, reduced churn, where we get a net benefit of around 215K, bringing up to an ROI of 110%. Quickly
Team,
moving
sorry
on
to
to the
interrupt. Your time is up. Maybe you can
just
take 30 seconds and
yeah,
just
I'll take just 30 seconds to go through. What we have today is a dual testing model, triage accuracy in place, drift detection, all on the, we don't have a UI. So this is just the prototype. Now with round one funding, with all the funding required to deploy these models and other models to be tested, this phase 2 would be deploying the best model first, trying multi-model comparison, think dynamic model selection, having a UI, trying out 50 plus model variants. And the last phase being real time, if we can switch models with the highest accuracy one. For per customer, if we can bring in the custom model fine tuning, advanced drift monitoring, and then because it's all for enterprise, we could have the enterprise grade monitoring as well. While we do all this, the other things that we would keep in mind is all the ethical security guardrails, hallucination detection, security privacy, bias mitigation, better explainability, drift detection, and finally, not the least, but the human in the loop validation for all the critical decisions so that we have interaction with high value customers and keep those complex tickets with the agents itself. With that, we are open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, team. All right, so we'll get started with Malai, your questions and feedback. Malai, you're there on the call? All right, we'll move to Sriharsha sir, your questions and feedback.
Hi team. I would say great attempt. Uh, Three things, right? First, there were multiple claims saying that, or there was a claim where you mentioned within 18 months the ROI is achieved, and so So I presume that you've already implemented it and you have a product already up and running. But it seems that's not the case. It was just a claim that came out in the presentation, or am I misreading something?
No, it is, we do have a prototype. We have validated 2 models, but again, what we have done as
No.
of now,
That validation is on synthetic data, not the actual
correct,
data.
correct,
So,
correct.
okay,
Yes,
got it. That
agreed.
is clear.
Yeah, yeah.
The second question is when we what the core problem statement, if I get it correctly, was how do you help identify the or triage the
Correct.
incoming tickets or requests and
Yeah.
ensure that they get addressed, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
what is the eval being done on top of it is still not very clear to me because the entire thing seemed more like uh, uh, ChatGPT summarization beyond anything. So I'm a bit lost on that front. If you could throw more light on it, I think that would help.
Yeah, evaluating, Jyoti, you want to?
Yeah. So here, if you see the numbers, it's just that, we are presenting how much it is correct and all. But if you see the predictions from
So
OpenAI.
how much, what is correct? My question is, what is correct or wrong? What do we mean by correct is not clear.
When the truth of, the categories or what is the next best action that a agent is supposed to take. So those information from these predictions, the output like user experience, so do this, it's a platform support ticket, so triage it to that particular thing. And this is the description of that particular ticket that they have to take.
So, would it be fair to say it's a classification model that you have tried putting in?
Yes.
And you are evaluating that with
Right.
ChatGPT as a eval on top
Correct.
of it. Is that
Exactly.
the right way of putting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have created a model which does the classification or labeling, and then you are putting it onto ChatGPT. Okay.
Yes.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah.
And the last point, or as an overall feedback, I think you anyways captured it that a UI would have been better because at the end of the day, as a product, it's important we package it well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now, it seems as if it is a tech product or a tech project, not even product, that someone is trying to showcase that I know technical details, but the product at all.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
I mean, we did have a
I
UI.
understand.
Integrate with the backend. We couldn't integrate with the
Yeah.
backend. Yeah, we do.
No worries. That was my only thing that while you had a lot of content, I think it could have been packaged much better.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, point taken. We also wanted to just put that up, but with all the, I mean, we couldn't get onto the paid versions of a lot of models. So we kept changing the model so that integration back into the UI didn't work. So we had a model for the first few models, we had a UI, but then when we did this, it couldn't be integrated back. So that's why we don't have. We will keep that in mind. We'll
And
do that.
the last point is we are in the age of AI, so the entire investment thesis that you've showcased, right, that it would cost us 150K, 400K, so on and so forth. Frankly, right now, one person with a few AI subscriptions is capable enough of building all these. So the investment itself seemed so vaguely high that it doesn't make sense if it, especially now with Claude code coming into play and all. So that's again something that you might want to relook at. Thanks.
Sure. Yeah, we'll consider that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll move to Gaurav, sir. Your questions and feedback.
Yeah, overall, good problem statement again, and very well articulated in terms of the business problems, business metrics that you want to drive, and what business outcomes you want to kind of measure overall. So great work there. You also kind of talked about A/B testing of models, which is great. We tried multiple models to come up with the right model that will work. Uh, so few of the things that I think Shreyash already covered, other jury already covered about the UI and packaging.
Yeah.
I also wanted to know what is the feedback loop here. So let's say your AI says something which is not the right department to probably solve that ticket, then what happens next? What is the workflow you have thought after that?
So that still need to be implemented. It is like what right now the code in place, what we have put in, just keep that row. If you are not seeing anything that you have already learned during your examples or the baseline data, just keep that row and move to the next one and we'll have blank. So the next level of development would be taking those rows which are blank and I mean, next best action is not there. So that ones we want to work on it. And I think that is the next step.
Understood, understood. And I also like the cost value analysis that you did with the 100 customers. That was impressive overall. Yeah, I just have these questions. I think rest everything was almost covered. There are many things that I talk about, which is great about this presentation. Only about the UI packaging and the feedback loop. I think these two things are very important.
Yeah.
Which I think we could have covered, but that's okay. That's fine. That's in the roadmap.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Malaysia, your questions and feedback for the team?
Yeah. Great work, team. I think I really liked, the problem framing. I really felt the persona was very smart, the how you picked up. And typically from typical, I think someone mentioned that as well, Chersha, which is that it felt like the technical rigor was really there, right? And it feels like a step above than other presentations, because there, the technical rigor is usually very surface level. However, I feel there was just one piece where I felt it kind of felt short. And I know you did kind of mention some things there, but see, customer supporting triaging in general, I mean, the whole process of that uh, is usually very well trodden. I mean, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but it's usually very heavily done. I mean, there is so much investment, R&D work, all of that done on that direction to, of course, reduce cost and so on and so forth. I was not able to pinpoint a lot of newness there. I could understand the kind of direction you took, and it was actually pretty solid as well. But that was something that I was probably thinking. I don't have an answer to what could have been a new way of treating it. Maybe, the way it was structured and all of that. But there was one thing that I felt could have been maybe um, that could have been like a little sharper from there. So overall, a very solid execution. But that was one piece that I was thinking there. The second thing was I mean, in the overall perspective of this whole system that you created, there was a lot of numbers and a lot of prediction and happens in terms of urgency, escalation, and all of those kind of things, right? Have you spent some time on maybe understanding different modes of, I don't know, maybe a more of an agentic mode of doing the things that you were doing in this direction, instead of just predictive, just out of curiosity to understand how deep were you able to like go inside this entire flow?
Yeah. So actually, this was done before we took the course of agentic. So we just applied and we stopped there. Like, we just limited our thing to this. We would definitely, like, if we want to take this to the next level, definitely we have to add our agents where, things are taken care from the back end.
Because this seemed very, very ripe for having a very
Yeah.
strong agentic workflow
Yeah.
where a lot of things get done. Got it. But yeah, great work,
Yeah.
team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll go for the scores now. Sriharsha, sir, your scores for the team out of 5?
Uh, 2 out of 5.
Sir, I didn't hear you.
2 out of 5.
Okay. Gaurav, sir, your scores for the team?
Yeah, I would give 4 out of 5.
Okay. Malaysia, your scores for the team?
I would also go with the 4 out of 5. I really like the problem statement and the overall work. Yeah, of course, could be better in terms of a few things, but definitely a very good effort.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to audience poll now. 1 minute. Yeah, audience, please grab your smartphone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for team 2. You have 20 seconds. All right, time's up. Let's move on. All right, that's your audience poll, team. We'll move to the next team, actually. Wishing you all the best. So next team is going to be Krishna and Yamini.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Good evening. Hope I am audible.
So team, like, please let me know who is presenting the screen. Like, Krishna, are you presenting the screen or Yamini is
Yes,
presenting
yes.
the screen?
I can present the screen, Maharaj.
Okay, just one.
Sure.
Yes, you can go. You can start now.
Yep. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, it is presented. Yes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Thanks for your time. So let's see the complexity and a problem statement in a business-to-business marketplace platform. So we all know B2B marketplaces like IndiaMart, Trade India, Udaan, Flipkart Business, Amazon Business, etc. So inherently, they are very complex. There are a lot of transactions happening, and both buyers and sellers, they are not end customers, but they run their own businesses. So in this entire B2B marketplace scenario, an order will be usually placed through a request for quotation RFQ or RFP in some terms. So the RFQ has to be converted to an order, and that still remains a main driver of the revenue on a B2B marketplace platform. And if you see the popular reports or analysis, an average seller receives 75 or more RFQs per month, but they respond to only 50% due to low quality. This is said by IndiaMart. And then the premium users who are paying for the platform, they receive conversion rate of 24% versus 12%. This is by Trade India. And then when we spoke to some actual sellers, who is electronics wholesaler or a plywood wholesaler, they are resonating only one question. Do you have qualified leads in your platform? That means, can you qualify the RFQs? So let's see the business impact of RFQ to order conversion. So today, many of the sellers are overloaded with many RFQs, and then they are either resulting in low response rate or waste of time or manual qualification, which is impacting their top line and bottom line both. So delayed responses to buyers. The buyers are leaving the platform and they are going to another seller, which is leading to a revenue loss. So with this problem statement, we want to introduce Deal Sense. It's a feature inside a B2B marketplace, and it is going to leverage AI to enhance the seller success in a marketplace platform. So today presenting myself, Krishna, and my colleague and team member Yamini. So why this solution now, right? So the numbers are speaking for themselves. The Indian B2B marketplace is going to be $200 billion by 2038. And this is said by Bessemer Venture Partners. It's a valid, thorough report. And then it is growing at 20% CAGR, again, Ken Research report. So this is the right time to have this solution in a marketplace platform, right? So what is it we are offering to the marketplace platform and the sellers? So we are offering a predictability score to each RFQ. It is powered by predictive machine learning. So it can identify the RFQs which can convert to a greater percentage. That means we are going to qualify each RFQ with a prediction score number to the seller, right? So, and then the benefits we are anticipating from this feature is more than 40% time savings. They can spend their time in other activities, and then 20% increase in the RFQ to order conversions. So when RFQ is converted to an order, it directly results in more revenue for the seller. And when the seller gets more revenue, the platform gets more revenue in terms of platform commissions, etc. Right? So what is that we are using? So we are taking a boosting algorithm in the backend, and then at a POC level, proof of concept MVP level, we have selected 3 features, which is the buyer rank. It's a static rank given by the platform 1 to 5. Category match score. That means if the category of the RFQ and the business categories matches, and the budget range is the buyer specifying the budget range. So with these 3 feature selection, we are giving a predictability score from the algorithm. And why we have selected that model especially? Because gradient boosting model has inbuilt feature importance given, explainability, and it can capture the non-linear relationships very well rather than a linear regression model. And this boosting model is production proven. So it is used by many of the large companies, large features at scale. So with that, I want to quickly give a demo of the solution. So hope you can see my screen. So the Chrome browser, let me. So again, this UI is at a POC MVP level. We have a roadmap that we had in mind where we want to enhance not only the UI, but also the model, the features, etc. But let's see how it is going to be in the hands of the seller. So a seller logs into a B2B marketplace platform and they go to view RFQs. So all these RFQs are received from the buyers to the seller. And if you see, each RFQ is listed according to the priority of the conversion. If I select more, if you see each RFQ, it has a predictability score, right? So 90, 100, etc. So for example, let's see why it is 92, right? So this is the RFQ details. And we are relying on the score given by the model itself. So we are training with the training data, and the training, based on the training data, we have got the feature importance for the 3 features, and we are relying on the model's predictability score. Right. So of course, there are a lot of improvements that can be done here. My colleague and team member Yamini will walk through those improvements. So we have started to work on that. My colleague has spent good enough time in refining the model, in refining the features. So which she will be showing as a part of the roadmap. But so now, just imagine instead of this view, there is only a list of RFQs sitting on the seller's console, and then they don't know which RFQ to respond to. Now they have a predictability score, and they can select a seller. If I am the seller, I can select which RFQ that I can respond to. So obviously, we want our sellers to focus on high convertibility RFQs instead of lower score RFQs. So that's how this view is being presented. Right. So as of now, this solution is at a POC level, as I told you. We have limited set of training data. We are expanding it. We are expanding the model. We are expanding the training data, etc. So that's how it is. So with this, I want to give over to Yamini, my colleague, to carry the presentation.
Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, the jury and the participants, everyone. So, yeah, we have planned to continuously track prediction accuracy and then monitor the distribution of scores across RFQs to check if high score RFQs actually convert into orders and to check if the highly classified RFQs tend score inflation or modal drift. we have come up with this monitoring strategy, whatever we are seeing on the screen. And then we measure the precision specifically for the top 20% highest scored RFQs, as sellers act primarily on top recommendations. So we optimize the precision. That was the plan. And we have compared current input feature distribution against training data like buyer conversion rate shifting or not, and seller response rate shifting or RFQ quantity pattern shifting as such. And we monitor the volume of RFQs being scored and orders generated. So this was the monitoring strategy we have come up with. And on the right hand side of the slide, we designed a sample alert system for operational awareness, measurable governance, and to ensure to protect seller trust in system with these alerts. So
In the last 3 minutes.
yeah, on the go-to-market slide, we have come up with a solution will be rolled out strategically and how success will be measured. So we target verified sellers handling 30 plus RFQs per month who face the biggest prioritization challenge, and also the sellers looking to expand their business. And we have planned to start with pilot group category wise to measure the impact to ensure model calibration before full rollout. And then we have come up with measurable KPIs like seller adoption rate and CSAT greater than 75 and RFQ first response time for high scores to measure behavioral changes. So this rollout strategy ensure that solution drives measurable behavioral and revenue impact while minimizing the operational risk. Can we go to the next slide, Krishna? Yeah, here we have classified internal and external risks associated with solution deployment along with mitigation strategies as well. We are seeing on the screen. So internal risks are overloading database and scoring delays, where we designed the data layer to remain scalable under increasing RFQ volume, and also the latency management ensure the prioritization intelligence. So external risks are accuracy degradation and seller trust, where we ensure to evolve the solution with marketplace behavior, and also the solution provide explainable output to build trust to adopt by the customer. Shall we move to roadmap? Yeah. So here we have a phased roadmap where we in the immediate phase, the goal is validation under real world conditions. And this phase focus on POC validation and structured feedback. And next, in the next phase, we want to validate incremental value creation, where we compare AI-driven prioritization versus random ordering to quantify real business uplift. And on the last phase, in the next phase, we transform the solution from a prioritization tool to revenue optimization engine in the marketplace. So let me quickly show up the improvement in the next phase, what we are implementing. Maharaja, can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can share, but your time is up. You can take additional 30 seconds.
Okay. Yes. So let me know if you are seeing my screen. Yeah, here we have enhanced our application by doing some researches and feature optimizations as well. We have improved the feature length to different signals like success rate, cancellation rate of the buyer to understand the buyer behavior. And we are also planning to check in the pin code feature as well, and also how the static features and the dynamic features work in this solution. So we are in researching phase now. We are doing it, and as we are seeing here, business ID and the behavioral signals of the buyer, how the success rate is and how the cancellation rate is based on our gradient booster algorithm, what we are using. Yeah, the AI inset we have defined like this, but we have to improve this in every dimension. Yeah, we are on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Krishna.
So,
Thank you, Ambi.
yeah, open for questions, feedback.
Yes, thank you.
So first up, we'll start with Gaurav sir. Your questions and feedback, sir.
Yeah. So yeah. So essentially, again, the problem statement was rightly articulated. Great articulation there. Uh, One of the questions that I have is how since marketplace is a very
Yes.
diverse business, right?
Yes.
What kind of data you have taken, synthetic data, that
Yes.
that kind of kindly
Yes,
ensures
sir.
that all industries, all kinds of sellers, all kinds of buyers, everything is covered.
Sure.
Has that been
Great.
considered?
Yeah, great question. So yes, we have taken synthetic data, but
Mm-hmm.
we have chosen two categories to begin with. One is electronics accessories, and one is home interiors plywood. Because
Mm-hmm.
based on our experience dealing with the B2B marketplaces directly, these two categories represent high volume and high transactional nature. So
Okay.
when we spoke to customers directly, we spoke to a few dealers in Hyderabad area, which is very famous for plywood, and
Mm-hmm.
Secunderabad for electronics accessories. They get many RFQs than other categories. So the data is generated around these two categories first. And
Okay.
even if it goes to production, our idea is to roll out to 10 sellers in the POC stage, 5 from each category, and then expand to other categories.
Okay. Got it. There are many other factors why an RFP can get cancelled, right, or not accepted by
Yes.
a buyer,
Yes,
right? There are
yes,
many
yes.
other factors. Pricing is one factor because India is a
Pricing,
price sensitive market, right?
logistics.
The logistics is another
Yes,
factor,
exactly.
right? There are many other
Exactly.
factors. All those factors I could not see in your presentation.
Yes.
So what can
Yes.
we do with that? Yeah.
Definitely, Gaurav. Again, a very great question. So we captured 8 signals as of now. Buyer rank, category match, budget specified,
Mm-hmm.
order cancellation, order value, seller success rate, etc. 8 signals. But definitely the RFQ cancellation can come from other than these 8 signals too.
Right.
So we are in the process of expanding it, Gaurav.
Okay.
And also we are trying to find the right mix of signals, the features, because we don't want to have all dynamic features, nor we don't want to have all static features.
Okay.
So we are in the process of striking the right balance.
Okay.
So there will be pin code in the future to match the logistics complexity. And there will be the business history of the buyer. Also, we
Okay.
want to consider, etc. So we are in the process
Okay.
of it.
Understood. One more question. So two more
Sure.
questions, sorry.
Sure.
On your UI, when we saw the score, overall score, right? When you have sorted all the RFQs, I could see a lot of in the range of 100% and 99%. If that is
Yeah.
a very, if everything
But,
is, so what is your metric that you have,
yeah.
used
So
to kind of define that score, and
sure.
why
So
a lot of them are in 100%
yeah,
category?
right now they are scoring very high because we have taken only 3 features, 3
Okay.
signals.
Mm-hmm.
So those 3 signals, the algorithm is trying to predict that everything fall into the place. But
Okay.
when we tried with 5 more signals by my colleague Yamini, so 8 in total, we are not seeing hundreds, more
Okay.
of hundreds. We are reducing the hundreds. So
Okay.
that means the algorithm needs more features. And I think gradient boosting will work better if there are more than 10 features. So that is
Mhm.
known to both of us.
Okay.
So that means when we add 4 more, when we take the features to 12 or 13, then
Mhm.
our anticipation is we will see the right mix of the signals.
Okay.
That's right. That's a right observation. Yeah.
Okay. And why have you taken gradient boost as an algorithm here? Why not Gen AI or any other
Ah,
new models that are coming up?
okay.
One
So,
last question here.
no, definitely. Yeah, of course, we contemplated a lot. In
Yeah.
fact, we also evaluated against decision tree.
Mm-hmm.
We evaluated against linear regression.
Yeah.
So, but what we found is gradient boosting is capturing the non-linear behavior rightly. Because
Okay.
the marketplace behavior in the real world is very, very flaky. It's very non-linear. So we need an algorithm which can reflect the real world behavior, but not the other way around. Because we don't
Okay.
want to change the real world behavior, right? So we want to get the algorithm which reflects this behavior. So that's why we
Okay.
have chosen gradient boosting, and we have the production quality algorithm already available from
But
Skype.
have we compared this with any other Gen AI models that are coming up right now?
Not with Gen AI, Gaurav, but we have
Okay.
compared with linear regression and decision tree.
Okay.
Linear regression is giving not so great results.
Mm-hmm.
Decision tree is giving near results to gradient boost.
You have used data science. That's not AI basically. That's what I would say.
Yeah, we started with that. We started with choosing a model. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, but overall, great problem statement, great articulation, and a great UI also for a user to quickly understand what to, follow, what to do first, and what to do next, and so on. So yeah, I think that's all from my questions and feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll now hear from Malisa. Malisa, your questions and feedback for the team.
Yeah, great work. I think I agree. There with Gaurav was pretty good. The problem was very sharp. It was niche. The model choice also was fairly well reasoned and felt very credible. I have a question there, right? So you mentioned you were predicting RFQ quality for sellers, and but sometimes what happens is the best signal for this is actually seller behavior itself, right? Which is, how is the seller responding? Is their negotiation good? Are they giving certain discounts, whatever is going on in the past on similar RFQs? So are you feeding seller side stuff as well into this, or the signals are restricted to buyers only? Because if it's only buyers, I felt that a big piece of the puzzle will remain unsolved. It will only end up becoming like a lead scoring mechanism instead of becoming a proper conversion predictor. So because the marketplace that you're trying to look at, right, India Mart, Just Dial, whatever the ones you mentioned at the beginning, they're very two-sided and very equally two-sided. So how are you looking at this? Because I feel this is probably one of the harder parts to solve in this situation.
Yeah, sure. Again, right now we are feeding buyer side signals. You are spot on and it's correct. So seller side signal, Malay, we are not feeding to the model yet. But the rank, the business rank that I spoke to in the beginning, that's one of the signals. So we want to devise a algorithm only for the business rank, which includes the seller business rank plus buyer business rank together. So that's we have in the roadmap. But we still need to explore how to feed the other seller signals into the model behavior. So we haven't explored that yet. Right now, we are feeding only buyer signals.
Understood. Got it. Got it. That's fine. That's fair. Good that you've understood that. Also, one more thing that there's a recommendation when you do this further, the overall ranking of the buyers that you did, right, and the overall category matching and everything that you did. Are there any feedback loops that you've built in terms of self-learning of the model from whatever has already been converted, or is there like some back propagation that you've tried to implement here in general, or is that something that you want to do?
Yami, would you like to?
Yeah, you proceed.
Sure. So no, Malak, there is no self feedback. Only the monitors are kept in place. That too, the top 20% prediction is what we are really interested in as of now. But self propagation and back propagation is something that we need to think about it. Not yet thought about it, Malak.
Okay, got it. Okay, fair. That's fine. Good job, guys. Very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Well, now we'll hear it from Sriharsha sir, your questions and feedback for the team.
Sure. Hey, hi Krishna, hi Emily.
Hi,
I must say I love the entire thing. I love that you focused it to be on ML rather than jumping onto GenAI or for the sake of it. So awesome job on that. Because this problem doesn't necessarily need GenAI as well. Just a quick question. There are few qualitative aspects, right? Let's say when I'm floating an RFQ, I might mention that I need more of a textual thing that maybe I need a warranty for these many days, or I need delivery within 60 days, so on and so forth. Some contractual terms that generally come into play, and RFPs do contain them. Are you intending to take those also into account for the scoring part as well? That's the only question that I had. Other than that, I love the entire thing.
No, you are right, Harsha. As of now, we are not consuming those signals, but they are very important when it comes to the this high volume RFQs, especially in terms of plywood that we spoke about. Plywood is very, very logistic sensitive. If the plywood is not delivered within some days, then it's of no use to the interior designer or a builder. So we haven't we are not feeding the model with those signals, but that's something that we really want to consider it. Thanks for bringing it up, Harsha. Yeah. As of now, no.
Understood. And in case if you are intending to scale, the place where I see AI can add value further is auto generation of the response itself, if possible, not for the pricing and all, but just the text part of it
Definitely.
per se. But other than that, love the entire thing.
Yeah, definitely, Harsha.
Thanks for
Actually,
presenting.
L&T B2B marketplaces does that. It uses AI-powered auto response. So yeah, we have a conflict also, but definitely we'll look into that. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you, Harsha sir. All right, we'll go for the scores for the team. Gaurav sir, your scores for the team out of 5?
Yeah, I'll give 3 out of 5.
Thank you. Melissa, your scores for the team out of 5?
I would go for a 4 out of 5 again. I liked certain aspects quite well, and it was well architectured. So yeah, I'll go for 4 out of 5.
Okay. Harsha sir, your scores for the team?
4 out of 5.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, now we'll move to audience poll now. Let me present my screen. Yeah, audience, please grab your smartphone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for team 3, Krishna and Yamini. You have 20 seconds. All right, time's up. Let's move on. All right. That's your audience poll, Krishna and Yamini. We'll move to next team. Wishing you all the best. So next team is going to be Anand. Anand, you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 1 minute. I'll give you the access. Yes, Anand. Yes, you can go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible. Yes.
Am I audible?
You're audible. Yes, clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you and good evening all and good evening jury members. Okay, Mark, let me start with a perennial problem that Indian D2C brands are facing today. Mark Zuckerberg, he loves Indian D2C brands. Why? Because as product managers of that D2C mid-market D2C brand, they have a good intent to build a great product. They build a beautiful UI and a great product, and then they spend a lot of money as marketing spend to Google, Meta, and Facebook to get customers, right? So already they have a high customer acquisition cost. Then the custom out of this, the customer comes to their site and builds a cart. Right now, at this moment, something happens and the customer drops off at the checkout screen. That could be many reasons for that. One of the few predominant reasons that we have seen here is maybe a delivery fee at the checkout. Now, since these D2C brands has already paid the CAC to get the customer, current moment of time, if the customer drops off, then they don't have any mechanism to convert that customer. What happens to that? Because of that, the team or the D2C brand, the mid-market D2C brand, right? It could be any food brand, it could be any biscuit brand, it could be any children's wear brand. They already have a marketing budget. They have spent on the ads to get 100 customers, right? But the conversion rate is very poor. Globally, we have seen that the cart abandonment rate is very high, and in a mobile first world it is as high as 75%. Now, out of the 100 people that has come to their sites, only 10 gets converted, then they have a very high CAC. Now, what do we have as a current solution for this perennial problem? Any senior director of growth and revenue at these D2C brands, they have a solution which is called as couponing or discount coupons. They flatly give to the customer who is anyways going to abandon and give a 15% coupon. Now, what does this do? This subsidizes bad behavior. Indian customers are smart. They understand that at the cart checkout, if I try to abandon or close the app, then I will get a coupon code and I will game the system. Now, a senior director like Rohan, right? He spends 50 crores a month. He knows that 40% of the time it is a waste. He needs some kind of intelligence to stop this discount and reduce the CAC. Now what I have built is a solution which is based on first principles thinking. Now let us understand what is this. A transaction happens when there is motivation is higher than a friction, and a cart abandonment happens when the friction is higher than a motivation. Now how do we save it? Either we increase the motivation or we decrease the friction. What do we mean by friction? The small delivery fee or the shipping charges or the extra taxes that gets added at the checkout of the cart is one of the primary reasons for cart abandonment. Considering this, a high whale, right? He is hungry at 12:30 in the afternoon. He books a big cart order. And then at the end, he sees a surge fee or a rain fee or a delivery fee. What happens to his motivation? It's friction for him. He abandons the cart. Now, if we stop this friction, he is happy and gets converted. This is where my solution, Project Phoenix, comes into picture. It is an intelligent real-time financial firewall. What happens? The customer is browsing on the D2C brand's mobile app. He builds the cart, and at this checkout page, our intelligence, the predictive intelligence solution, is lying as a silent observer, as a plugin. It does nothing to all the. It doesn't do anything until there is a trigger to it. Only when the customer or is about to leave the cart, and that too the cart order value is profitable margin, right? We don't want to save a losing margin cart order. Only when there is a cart order is profitable and the customer is about to exit or abandon, our model gets his act. It picks up all the cart checkout data of the customer and various micro movements that he has done on this app. It triages it into 4 simple signals and sends it to a small language model. Something like what I have used here is Quen 2.5 1 billion, because it's a reasoning model and it has chain of thought COT built in it. This model then predicts what is the friction which is causing this customer to abandon. Then it decides whether we need to save this customer or let him go. And then it acts on it and sends an API action, a nudge or a fee waiver or a silent exit back to the customer. And then he does the payment. This is like a human body. All the raw data, the noise which the customer has made on the mobile app, right? On the D2C brand's mobile app, this needs to get first pre-processed. We cannot feed noise to the LLM directly. Once the pre-processing has happened, only clear 4 signals are fed to the inference engine. It asks a question to the model. Okay, what do I do with it? Do I what is the friction signal which is causing him to abandon? What do I do? Do I save him or let him go? And then what message should I send? Like if I have to save him, I will waive the fee off. And what do I send it back to the customer? Now with that, let me show you how we can do it. Is my screen still visible now?
Yes.
Do you see this application?
Yeah. We can.
Okay, I have built a scenario simulator here. There are 3 scenarios here. One scenario is of the retention. This is the corporate whale. This is the synthetic data. He adds, this is a real-time live user session in live environment, right? We have produced, I don't have a live environment, so I have created a synthetic data where he is adding up a burger meal and it is 12:30. So the user session is also captured. His movements on the app is also captured, and at this point of and his membership, all of this is captured, and then our intelligence engine runs into 2 parts, 2 phases.
Finally, have last 2 minutes.
Okay, now if you see, first this raw input is converted into 4 clear friction signals: fee shock, corporate, and from this we know that it is the handling fee which is causing the friction. Now based on that, I have run the inference and this has been sent to the small language model. It is generating a decision to come back, and then it's on my laptop, so it is running a bit slow. With that, it gives us decisions whether to save, and then the reasoning. And this is the beautiful message that the customer will see on the D2C brand's checkout page. Now, to do an evaluation, we have also asked the model to give a JSON output. So this is where we will feed into an AI evals model to understand whether every save or let go the model has done, is it right or wrong. Now what happens if there is a cart, or if there is a person who is gaming this, right? He has multiple coupons already built onto it. Now, the moment some such persons comes in, our model does it at in a microsecond. It lets it go. We are not saving this person cart. What happens? There is a drift, right? Suddenly, we are unable to serve this customer. We have built this drift also. We have built the scenario to handle drift as well. For in that case also, the model lets go. We cannot serve the customer, so we don't want to take the decision of saving it. What happens to the unprofitable order, right? This is where the margin, the order margin economics come into picture. If the margin is low, even though he is a high VIP customer, we don't want to save him. Now this, all of this stays
Anand, sorry to interrupt. Your time is
Yeah,
up. You can take
sure,
additional 30 seconds.
sure. All of this leads to what? All of this leads to a controlled saving of the cart abandonment. Here we are not saving all the customers who are at the D2C brands checkout page. That is not the intention. We want to save only those carts which are profitable and which match our rules engine and which are not coupon gamers, and for which we can make the decision of saving them, which is profitable to us and which decreases the CAC. The same 2000, even if we save 15 more customers, right, with the same budget, now we have 25 customers getting converted, which is a 60% CAC reduction. So the marketing budget remains the same, but we have more customers getting converted. How does this integrate? So all these D2C brands are already Shopify Plus integrated into their system, because to handle their server side and the website logics, our intelligence doesn't step into their front door or the storefront, neither it touches their cash payment system. It is just lying as a simple plugin into their checkout page, and it comes and becomes active only when there is a cart abandonment, that too of a profitable cart. Now with this Project Phoenix, we are trying to build Stripe for cart retention. Any customer who wants to make build payments doesn't build a bank. He integrates or plugins Stripe into their product. Similar way, when a company wants to stop cart abandonment, they should plug in Project Phoenix. Thank you all. With this, I stop my presentation.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you so much. First, we'll start with Sriharsha sir. Your questions and feedback for Anand.
Sure. Hey, I love the problem statement and the solution approach. I had 2 points. One, you mentioned it to be a D2C or it's being positioned for D2C.
Yeah,
However, the examples that you took seem more of a Swiggy slash Zomato sort of a use case.
yeah,
But it would have been amazing if you could have taken, let's say, an apparel brand which is trying to sell kids, the way you just articulated at the beginning, with those being examples, because these examples make it very focused on the two duopolies that we have in the world. That way, it becomes very questionable in terms of the use case itself. However, the problem statement and everything else seemed awesome, and the way you've approached it is great. The second point, or the second question or point was, you mentioned it being Stripe for retention, which is a great place to be, no two ways. However, there is a lot of contextuality that comes in when it comes to retention as opposed to payments. Stripe can collect payment irrespective of what brand you are or what product you are selling. But that won't be the case with respect to retention. For retention, you need to understand what exactly is the brand, what are they selling, what could be the acceptable sale for them, for the margins to work out and all, right? So
yeah.
how do you position this as a Stripe was something I would love to understand more, if you could throw more light on it.
Sure. Yes, Sriharsha sir. In my when I had done this capstone project, it was built on a Swiggy um e-commerce or a Swiggy example itself. And then I did a bit of research and understood if this such a solution was possible, then why haven't Swiggy or Zomato implemented such an AI solution, right? So then I understood, and then all of this I checked with the models right now, the GenAI models, and asked them, saying at Swiggy scale, they don't want to touch anything which is at the checkout page, right? So because they run Swiggy and Zomato, they acquire customers using the subscription model. So they lock in the customers, and they are not at all worried about CAC or higher CAC, increasing CAC. It is only these small D2C brands, right, which are within the 100 to 500 revenue. They have this problem. They have a great product, but they don't have this muscle, right? This engineering muscle, the AI, data engineering science team with them to handle this kind of a problem. So for those
Correct.
who
My only
don't,
point was I completely agree that it works or it should work for D2Cs more than this. The examples that you took were
exactly,
not relevant to a D2C was the only point of contention
sure.
over there. And on the retention, strike for retention, any insight on that or any view on?
So here the retention is happening, as you can see, the retention is happening on the friction signal, right? So there could be various reasons for the friction. So this is where if we understand the friction, what is causing them to abandon through the inference engine or through the model that we have built, then I believe that we are here to convert very small percentage of the abandonment, not every abandonment, right? Only if the margin, cart margin is profitable and the friction signal is very less, the amount that we are able to waive off, then this conversion will happen. Now, this is second part
Sure.
of the product. This is invisible layer. It is not given to anywhere. It is sitting in the D2Cs as a plugin, right, at the checkout page. But what is the next
Correct.
progress is we should build something like this. My screen, is it still visible?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this for the CFO, right? Here we give them the ability to change all the variable parameters, which is as per their D2C brands. They know this knowledge. How much is the high value or how much actual clients get converted? What is their marketing spend? And what is the average order value? And then we give them this control, this is a steering wheel for them, for the CFOs, right, to actually make sense whether where is their CAC coming and how much is the profitability going up and down. So I think so if you have to sell this as a product, it has to
Got
be
it.
a combination of this and this together.
Makes sense. Makes complete sense. The last point on that was you had a message where it was giving a message saying, "Hey, seems like order fees was a challenge for you," or something on those lines, as a message that was coming up. So my query over there was that's an assumption or an inference that we are making. It could be wrong as well. He or she might be dropping off because of delivery fee, but we are in this case saying because of order fees. So there could be false faults in happening as well, right?
Yes, I agree with that. It could be that the customer is even picking up his wallet, right? And at any moment of time, uh, um, I just it is not that only because of handling fee that he is dropping off. I agree to that. But my point here is uh, even if we even if we provide this fee waiver, right, to the customer, even if we provide it, let's for example, even there is a 25 customer, there are 10 who are going to buy naturally without AI intervention and 15 are only hesitating. Even if we give them a shipping fee waiver, uh, uh, but they were only trying to check out that credit card and the model or the AI interpreted that he is going to leave, and then it sends a shipping fee waiver, right? Even at this scale, if we waive off, if you look at it, the CAC they have already paid to acquire this customer. So instead of giving a blind discount, we are wasting money, but if that money converts it into an EBITDA or converts that customer, then we are profitable only. But it's true that it cannot be always that handling fee friction which the model will detect. So that's we have to build the learning into the model
Fair point.
as it gets better. As we get more data out of it, we will have to. That's the model learning that I have to do.
Got it. Sure. Thanks.
Thank you, Asha sir. Now we'll move to Malaysia, your questions and feedback for Anand.
Right. I mean, interesting problem statement. Although my major thought process was around, I mean, what was of course discussed in the previous one as well, which is in actual action, what is the efficacy of this going to be like? I mean, of course, this is a very interesting play, right? Because for a e-commerce company, for a D2C brand, uh, I mean, there is a that dynamic is always running, right? Discount, what percentage of money that I'm going to leave on the table, and all of that. In terms of the kind of concepts that we said, I think there were a lot of good things that we covered, which were fairly uh, robust in terms of predicting it well. But I just felt that usually at the end of this, what happens is, unless the user behavior is extremely well defined, which is what I'm trying to say, is that not just purchasing behaviors, but maybe a broader perspective of even external behaviors outside of their website, right, can be a very interesting idea for this. And for what I'm trying to say is that, for example, I have a certain behavior on a website X, and that
Yeah.
has Phoenix installed or integrated, but using this to determine my behavior on platform Y and figuring
Mhm.
out what is the
Oh,
right discount to give and all of that, I think that's probably that's where the major play is in terms of how. So it was pretty interesting from that perspective.
okay.
Although, to pull that off, of course, the context that you give, the strength of the model, the strength of the breadth that I mean, the profiling that you do for a person has to be extremely concrete. And there is where I felt that there could have been a little more. Maybe it was because of the time that was available, and covered a lot other things in that time. But I think if we were able to go deeper into that, of okay,
Sure.
this is how I'm sharing the best context, it would have made it even better. But in any case, a pretty solid submission.
Sure, Malay. I'll take this as a feedback, and I'll definitely work. And maybe if it is possible, I can reach out to you as well in
Yeah,
LinkedIn,
sure.
and we can have some discussion or
Yeah,
feedback
yeah,
on
of
that.
course.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Gaurav, sir, your
Hello,
questions and
sir.
feedback.
Yeah, so
Hello,
good, good articulation of the problem statement. I really liked it because I know this problem really exists, and many companies are trying to optimize and build strategies around it to get a lot of abandoned cart recoveries. Right, that's the main problem for any D2C or any e-commerce
Exactly.
brand, right? Today,
Exactly.
even I have seen a lot, and I have seen customers, really, getting panicky about it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I have a couple of questions. So great. First of all, great articulation. Great thinking. Great solution to the problem that we have. But yeah, I would like to ask a few questions.
Sure.
Uh, have we done this any cost benefit analysis of this solution? So let's say a customer can buy, let's say, 100 rupees product, or 500 rupees, or 1000 rupees, anything like that, right? But your model, or your model will start at every kind of every whenever any customer comes on the cart page, right?
Yeah.
So how is it going to be profitable for a company, for any D2C brand?
Okay. So I'll just pull up. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, just I had done this on a unit economics at a single order, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say this is what it is. Its order value is 2000 rupees,
Mm.
and then the box is 1000 rupees. This is to prepare this order, right? And
Okay.
this 50 rupees is the CAC that is already spent on the ads. So it is
Mm-hmm.
sunk cost. Now, all of after that, we have the gateway, the purchasing payments, the tech stack, and everything. Another 150 rupees, right?
Okay.
Now, what happens is the final EBITDA comes to 800 rupees. If nothing is being done, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens if it goes into an abandoned state, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
this order value drops, right? There is no revenue out of it because it is abandoned.
Correct.
But nothing is, there is no cogs also. We haven't done cooked anything. But we have already incurred, we are incurring this 50 rupees as the CAC because we already spent on the ad spends on the Google ads.
Correct.
Now we are bleeding 50 rupees here. What
Mm-hmm.
happens with Phoenix, right? Let's assume that Phoenix gives this 50 rupee fee waiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the revenue that is made is 1950. We are losing 50 rupees there. Understand? But we made 1950 and this card got converted.
Okay.
It again needs to get detected with the cogs, and then this CAC is spent, and then the gateway, and then here we have this AI compute cost because we need to send this data to the SLM model to get back our results, right?
Mm-hmm.
Considering all of that, even the earlier, if
No,
there
I,
is no
I,
intervention,
I,
then we
I
are
understand.
bleeding 50 rupees.
No, no, my question is different actually. So this is unitary economics. I understand that. How will it play out with one, let's say, order or one token call to a 2 hour
Yeah.
model, right? But my question is more of when it, let's say, it gets deployed at scale, right? You have thousands of readers coming on, the buy page, but not checking out. So it will lead to 1,000 tokens and 1,000, let's say, 1,000 rupees for every customer, but recovery is going to be only 20 or 30% where you are sending the nudge. So how will that play out is my question basically.
Sure. So for that, if 1,000 customers come to the checkout page,
Mm-hmm.
and we are not interested to save all 1,000 also. What we are interested here is if you look at it, um, we we there is a rules engine which is already been built. So this is a two-phased approach. This
Mm-hmm.
is a basic rule based engine that currently works, right? If my revenue is this, or the profitability on the cart is only, my margin is my positive margin, then only I want to touch this cart. Even else there could be multiple carts coming in, but I don't want to touch any cart which is not profitable. If there are hundreds of profitable carts, then I understand that do I need to convert all of them or not. So that's at scale problem, I understand. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to think through it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the
I agree.
compute cost is what I was trying to control, right? Because if I use GPT-4 or a bigger LLM, I would burn it in my compute cost itself. So
Oh,
that's
no,
why I had
I
to.
understand we need to flesh it out. Moving on
Correct.
to, I have a few more questions to cover.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
sure.
so when you mentioned friction, it's a very interesting topic, right? Because friction, subjectively defining friction is a any blocker for a customer to complete a
Yeah,
checkout.
yeah.
But in many cases, that's my understanding. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. In
Mm,
many cases, that friction factor is not known.
mm.
So how will your so you had in the model, you said that okay, fine, this person is a corporate whale and something like that, but in many cases we don't know who the customer is, right? Because 30% of your traffic is behind registration when they come first on your website. Rest are basically register and then they try to check out.
Mm.
So how is your model going to define the friction perfectly fine when it comes to these factors?
I know. For right now, for the scenario that I have built and the synthetic data that was generated, right, it had
Mhm.
only these 3, 4 friction signals to look into it. If
Okay.
such friction signals come in, then handle it this way. But
Okay.
I understand that non-registered registered buyers, if I have the data with them, right, those are my customers, the D2C
Mhm.
brand. I have their history, all the history, previous
Mhm.
thing. Then this friction thing works with them.
Then
That
you are able to. Okay.
yeah, I know their behavioral pattern, their usage, and everything. But
Okay.
for new registration that you have mentioned, that's a good edge case which I
No,
have
no,
to work upon.
I understand.
That's something that
I'm
I
just
do.
highlighting points where we need to refine our model. I think it's a great problem statement to have, but we need to refine on these points.
Sure, definitely.
One more last question.
Yes, yes.
Essentially, you also mentioned that in the first couple of slides, that statement hit me in the beginning. You
Yeah,
said that Indian customers are very smart. They kind
correct.
of understand the behavior pattern and sorry, the discounting pattern, right?
Yes, yes.
In which the brands lay out the discounts and they share the discounts with the customers so that they
Yeah,
do exactly that and try to capture those when they're buying.
right.
Why do you think your model is going to surpass that kind of smartness when it comes to Indian behaviors, Indian buyers, basically?
Right. So, so we understand, right? We will lose few at the end, at the start. One
Mm-hmm.
buyer will understand that I can game this, right? I will get a fee. Okay, fine. One time he has gained it on a Monday, he gets that handling fee waived off. Let's say. So, if you see in our model, that's why we have this JSON output with us, right? So every time there is a waiver that is given to him, we understand that okay, now if again on Thursday that same buyer comes in and tries this multiple times, then we will have to build in another logic in this model to understand that how many times we have given such things to this. Is he a gamer or not? That's what we are trying to figure it out. The
Okay.
moment we understand that he is gaming only to gain this fee, we just
Mm-hmm.
block it. So
Okay.
that's why our I understand we will lose some money at the initial place, but the output that we get from the model, the response is going to get saved, and it will help us in relearning this if we feed it
So, so,
back to the.
so what is the feedback loop then? If let's say the feedback loop is the customer behavior itself or something else?
The feedback loop here is the um, yes, I understand that the customer behavior is, I am unable to capture it right now, but we will need to see why did we give that discount to him, because
Mhm.
he tried it, right? He genuinely gets converted. But if the same action happens 3 4 times in a week or in a month, then we understand that okay, uh, we what we are trying to do is we are not stopping the customer to either buy or not to buy, just that we are stopping him giving this handling fee waiver. So next time when he comes and he does the same thing, right? He tries to exit the cart, then we are not going to do anything. We are just silently saying, okay, please go ahead and get out. I mean, if I'm not going to give you any free food, I mean, these coupons, if he's using it, I'm not going to give you any handling fee waiver. If you want to purchase, purchase, or please go.
Okay, so
So,
your
but
model will automatically refine itself without any
correct.
human intervention. It is like automatic feedback loop.
Correct,
Okay.
because we will make mistake, but it's not our intention is not to save him. But our intention is also not to stop him. Also, it is want to change his behavior, saying you are not going to get that handling fee waiver anymore from us, because we now have your data saying every one week you use this 3 4 times. So I'm not going to give you that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's all about it. So yeah, I have turned the my feedback into questions basically. So these are the areas that we need to kind of flesh out.
Sure.
But good job, Anand.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we'll go for scores now. First, we'll start with
No, we have
Harsha
Malay
sir.
as well. Okay, Malay has given. Okay, sure. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Harsha sir, your scores for Anand out of 5.
Uh, 3.
Okay. Malay sir, your scores for Anand.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 as well. Good idea, but I think there were a few gaps that could be addressed. I'll go with 3 as well.
All right. And Gaurav sir, your scores for Anand.
Yeah, three. We need to think through some of the cases as we discussed, but yeah, 3 out of 5.
All right. Thank you. Anand, you can stop presenting, by the way. Yeah, so let's go for the audience poll right now. Yeah, audience, please scan the QR code on the screen and cast your votes for Anand. You have 20 seconds. All right, let's move on. Correct. So with that, we are in the end of the session right now. First of all, thank you so much for all the participants who presented their innovative solutions. And thank you, juries, for your insights and feedback, your questions and thoughtful questions. And thank you, audience, for casting your votes, right? And for juries specifically, please accept the token of appreciation coming from IPL. So first of all, thank you all the juries for participating today. First of all, thank you, Malai sir, and we would like to hear your experience for the day and your final thoughts for the day and your final suggestions and recommendations for aspiring AI product managers.
Right. Of course, I think it was a pretty good session. I think there was a lot of exciting things that we did, and it was fairly interesting to look at what are the kinds of things that are being implemented. And of course, I'm sure a lot of this will convert into actually top products very soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next up, I would like to hear it from Gaurav sir, your experience, your thoughts, and your suggestions.
Yeah, it's great to see great energy coming from everybody in this forum in terms of the right problem statements identified, which exactly resonates with current industry trends, and everybody working thoroughly end to end to build a solution on top of that. Plus utilizing the trending AI everywhere to solve the problems, right? So it was great to see everybody in action with great energy and with great enthusiasm. I would definitely encourage everybody to take that as a pilot and not stop it here, but go ahead and deploy it in the real world scenarios. Try to get 5 beta customers, in the industry, and scale it if you can. And that's how great entrepreneurs are made essentially. So don't just stop. This is the beginning, but definitely scale with your solution, right? Yeah, thanks a lot for having me here. Yeah, and all the
Thank you.
best. Yeah.
Thank you so much and pleasure having you. And lastly, we have Sriharsha sir, your thoughts for the day and your experience and your suggestions.
Hey, firstly, thanks a lot for hosting and inviting me. And the just had 2 points. One, love what everyone tried doing or building. We are in the age of AI where everyone needs to be full stack. So it's awesome to see people building, not just sharing presentations. So that's very important and key. And having that sense of ownership or owner mindset wherein what's the cost going to be, what is the outcome that we are getting, rather than just focusing on the technology side of the world. So that was amazing. The second point I wanted to share was, love the inputs or queries that Malay and Gaurav asked. Thanks for them. I think those inputs were super helpful for everyone. So awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all your insights. All right, let's move on to let's go and announce the winner right now. So, any guesses which team is going to win? And all the teams, and some teams are very close, by the way. Any guesses? You can drop in the chat. And yeah. And by the way, Skillathon, okay, so here is the winner. It's going to be Team 2. Congratulations, Team 2.
Thank
And
you.
yeah,
So
would like to hear your experience for the day, actually.
It was
Please go
good,
ahead and
and
share. Please share
uh,
your experience with, yeah.
yeah, we all had fun putting it together, but the feedback gave us the realistic expectations from the outside world also, not just from the course perspective. So we would like to incorporate and not stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pooja, you want to add anything?
yeah, it was actually a wonderful experience. This is the second time I participated in Skillathon. Last time also I had my own product, and actually I'm very excited to further. We have in fact planned to actually create a product and take it to the market. And really look forward to this team that we created. It's wonderful to have worked together. And thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to give us feedback that really matters.
Thank you, Pooja. Shweta, you want to add, or Vidya, you want to
Yeah, I
add
think
something? Yeah.
I think they covered it. I think the thing
Yeah.
that we missed showing was the UI bit, where we wanted to kind of bring
Yeah.
that flavor of how this happens in real world. And like Pooja Jyoti mentioned, we did two projects together. This was first time that we looked at entire AI as a thing, and then we did it.
Yeah.
We have another project which we want to
Mm.
productionalize and take it to like people, and then see how. I mean, that's in the more evolved state. So thank you for all the feedback. The feedback here would help
Yeah.
us put more effort in both, and then see where we take it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, we'll wrap the session. Thank you all for joining and have a happy weekend. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Jyoti, for all the
Bye.
feedback. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.